guys, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be taking a break from skincare and we're actually going to be talking about concealers. Now I've had a lot of you ask me if I could film a video like this where I recommend products that you can use for underneath the eyes to help brighten and color correct under eye dark circles, and concealers that are also great to conceal blemishes and any other discoloration that your foundation or your tinted SPF did not cover. So that is what I'm going to be sharing in today's video, and I do have a list of products that I love to use on my skin, and these products honestly are effective and they really do the trick to conceal any hyperpigmentation. But before we get right into today's video, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell, by doing so you will always be notified whenever I upload a new video, and I do upload videos every single week. So let's talk about concealers. Now, I don't know about you, but I find it's really hard to find that perfect concealer that is going to meet your skin's needs. And I've spent a lot of money and have always been disappointed up until when I found these products that I'm going to be sharing in this video. So I realize everybody has their own preferences when it comes to concealers. Some people may like a thick consistency and some people may like a thin consistency, and what may work for me may not exactly work for you, but these products are honestly concealers that really help to conceal any discoloration, any blemishes. It lasts all day long as well, and it's also not drying and they don't break me out either. Now, of course, all of these concealers can be used underneath the eyes as well as the face, but I do like to use specific concealers for my face and specific concealers for underneath my eyes. Now, when it comes to my face, I do like to choose concealers that do have a thicker texture to it, because I find that these stick to the face a lot better, they cover a lot better as well, and they last longer throughout the day. And then when it comes to my under eyes, I do like to find a concealer that has a thinner consistency and something that is more hydrating, and I also like to choose one shade lighter than my actual skin tone to help brighten up underneath my eyes. So that is how I like to use my concealers, but if you just want to have one concealer in one shade, then that is also completely fine. Now, the first concealer that I'm going to be sharing is the one that I have been using the longest out of the ones I'm going to be sharing in this video. And I've been using this for about 4 to 5 years, maybe even 6 years. I can't remember exactly, but it's been a long time, and this has been a holy grail product in my makeup routine. Now, this is what I like to use to conceal my blemishes and my hyperpigmentation on an everyday basis. And this is the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC25. So that is my color. Now, I could get away with NC30, but NC25 seems to be the perfect match, especially for all year round. Now, this also has an SPF 35 as well, and this is going to last you a very long time. So this is 7 grams of product, and this retails at $26 Canadian. If I were to purchase a new one today, this would probably last me a good year, maybe a year and a few months, especially if you're only going to use it to conceal certain areas on your face. So I really like this one a lot. This one does the job. It conceals very nicely and it stays in place all day, especially if you set it with a powder. It's going to last even longer. So I will show you up close what this looks like. Again, this is in NC25. I do need to get a new one soon because I have hit pan and I'm getting really low, but this is a creamy concealer and this is not drying in the least. This is great for all skin types, so whether you have sensitive skin, dry skin, oily skin, normal skin, this is great for everyone, and this is also fragrance free as well. So I will share what this looks like on the back of my hand. Normally I do have a concealer brush that I like to grab from, but I do have clean hands as I just cleaned my hands before filming this video. But that is what the color looks like on my hand here. And again, I apply this on top of my foundation just to cover up any areas that my foundation did not cover completely. This is a full coverage with a natural finish. It also comes in several different shades as well, and this is very hydrating in my opinion. Now, I wouldn't recommend to apply this underneath the eyes, as I do find this to be a little heavy and it can look a little cakey under the eye area, so I would recommend to use this on the face only. The other concealer that I love to use to conceal my blemishes or any dark spots or discoloration is the Laura Mercier, and this is the Secret Camouflage Concealer Duo. Now I did get it in the shade SC2, and this is for fair to light skin tones. So as you can see here, there is more of a peachier shade and then of course a lighter shade. Now I do like to mix these two colors together when concealing my blemishes or any redness or darkness that I have on my skin, or you could just use one or the other. It's totally customizable depending on your skin tone. There are other options to choose from. There is one lighter shade than this, and then of course there's darker shades than this as well. You are getting 7.3 grams of product, and this retails at $46 Canadian. Now I haven't been using this concealer for too long. This is a fairly new purchase. Now I do watch this makeup artist on YouTube, and his name is Hindash. If you haven't seen him before, I will leave his YouTube link below for you if you want to check him out. He does beautiful work, and that's where I got the idea to pick this up for myself. He has shown how to use this. This really does color correct well from what I've seen in his videos. So I did pick this up for myself. This really does color correct like a dream. It lasts all day long as well. I kind of wish that I would have purchased the shade darker than this, which I believe is for medium to warm undertones. Now I do have a warm undertone to my skin naturally, and this is going to be perfect for the winter months, but for right now it's a little bit too late for me at the moment. But I really love this peachy shade because this really does conceal dark spots really well. So if you have a lot of stubborn dark spots, I would conceal those spots first before applying your foundation on top or your tinted SPF. Sometimes concealing these spots beforehand really does help to conceal these areas and help it last all day long. And then of course if you need to apply the concealer on top of the foundation again after, then that is completely fine as well. Now with this formulation, this is a pretty thick product, so you do have to warm it up on the back of your hand before applying it to your face, and if you do it that way you will have an easier application and it will be a lot creamier to apply onto the skin. But definitely pick this up. I think that having the two colors works well to conceal any problem areas, especially dark spots. So let's talk about under eye concealers. Now this is the RMS Beauty Uncover Up Concealer in the shade 11. I did recently show you how I use this in my everyday summer makeup look. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave it below for you as well as up here. I show you how I use this as well as the MAC Studio Finish Concealer as well. But when it comes to under eye concealers, I do like to pick one shade lighter than what my face usually is because I like to have my under eyes bright looking and I feel more awake when I have one shade lighter than what my skin is. Now there are a lot of shades to pick from and there are a lot of darker shades as well. You can use this for your face and you can use this for your under eye area. Now I strictly like to use this for underneath my eyes because it's very creamy, very hydrating, and when I apply this to parts of my face, I don't feel like it lasts as long as the other two products that I just shared. This one works, but it doesn't last as long. So you may have luck with this on your face, or you may just want to pick this just for your under eye area. But if you are somebody that has a hard time finding an under eye concealer that is hydrating, then this is going to be the concealer for you. Now I would say this has a light to medium coverage. This is buildable, but it's very creamy and very shiny on the skin. So you do have to set this with a powder. Now this does have jojoba oil in it, but it also has coconut oil. So if you are somebody that is sensitive to coconut oil and you do break out from this ingredient, you may not want to pick this up. I never seem to have any issues with breaking out while using this. I actually quite like it, but everybody's skin's different and a lot of people can't tolerate to coconut oil. So I will show you what this looks like up close. You are getting 6 grams of product and this retails at $48 Canadian. I will also show you what this looks like on the back of my hand just so that you can get a better idea of the color. Again, my hands are clean and that's what it looks like on the back of my hand. You can definitely tell that it's very creamy, and when I rub that into the skin, it does spread across the skin really nicely and gives a very nice coverage as well. This is also lightweight and perfect for all skin types. So if you are looking for a good under eye concealer that is super hydrating, I would definitely recommend this one. I should mention that I have this underneath my eyes right now also. But another product that I like to use, I have talked about this product many times on my channel, so I'm not going to go too much in detail as this really isn't a concealer, but it's a color corrector, but it's an SPF as well. So this is the Color Science Total Eye 3-in-1 Concealer / SPF Color Corrector. Now you can use this by itself if you pick the proper shade for your skin type. There are 4 shades to pick from. This one is in the color medium. This is a peachy undertone, so this is going to help color correct any dark circles that you may have underneath the eyes. This is what you may want to apply to prep your under eyes before your concealer to really color correct darkness and any other discoloration that's going on. So I will show you what this looks like on the back of my hand. You press the button here to dispense the product, and the application is really nice as well because it's actually very cooling and depuffing also. But I like to dispense the product on the back of my hand and then grab from the product and apply it to my under eyes. So this is what it looks like. This is the medium shade like I said, and it has a nice peachy tone to it, and when you rub this into the skin you can definitely tell that this would nicely color correct all of that darkness and discoloration that you have going on. And you know what, this may be all you need underneath the eyes, but if it doesn't match your skin tone, this is when you're going to want to apply a concealer on top of this. There is 7 mils of product and this retails at $90 Canadian. It's definitely expensive, but it really does work to color correct and really preps your under eyes. And also you're getting the protection of SPF 35 as well. So I have been using this now for almost 2 years and I really love this. Again, this is the medium shade, but I would have to go to a fair shade to get a proper color. The medium shade is perfect because it does have that peachy tone to help color correct underneath your eyes. So if you do suffer from dark under eye circles, I would recommend to get the medium shade and then use a separate concealer on top to help brighten it and to help it blend into your skin a lot better. So I would recommend this 100%. And the last product that I like to use for underneath my eyes is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. And of course, you can use this for underneath your eyes. You can use this to conceal anything on your face. And I also like to conceal any blemishes that I have on my neck with this one because this usually is the proper shade to conceal my neck with. And I really love this one. And I think a lot of us have used this at least once in our life. And I have purchased many of these. This one works really well. It's a great drugstore concealer, and whenever I am not using the RMS Beauty concealer, I am using this one. But usually I am always using the RMS Beauty because I love the hydration of that one and I love the way that it makes my under eyes look. This one is also amazing, but I do find that this can be a little bit drying underneath the eyes, especially if you are using this every single day. So this is another good option. I think this is around maybe $12 Canadian. You definitely could find this on sale, of course, and it's a great drugstore option. Now, anytime I am using these concealers, whether it's for my face or for my under eyes, I always like to set it with a powder. And I do like to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfector in the color Fair. And there are 3 other colors to choose from which are darker than this, and as you can see, I've already hit pan on this and I use this every single day. Now this sets your makeup and it keeps it in place all day long. If you are somebody that tends to get quite oily throughout the day, this is a great powder to reapply throughout the day. This doesn't mattify your skin too much. This actually keeps your skin skin-like, which is what I really love. I don't like powders that mattify my skin. I still want my skin to look skin-like and I still want to see a glow coming through. So that's why I like this one a lot. And this does last a fairly long time as well. You don't need a ton of this product. A little bit does go a long way. So I always set my makeup with this and it's the only powder that I love. Before using this, I never used a setting powder because I hate the way that they mattify my my skin, and this one does not. So I really hope that you found this video helpful and that I gave you some options to choose from when it comes to concealers. Again, these concealers perform really well on my skin, and they really do conceal blemishes and discoloration like a dream. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I honestly really do appreciate it. And of course, I will see you all in my next video. So take care, and I will see you guys then. Bye guys.